Hey. How you doing? Welcome. Hey, sis. Hey, big bad wolf. How you doing? I did not put up my thing, but I need to because our membership live will be Monday, and I forgot to put up the uh, post for it in the membership, but I'm gonna do that. Yes. How you doing? How you doing, Mama Ann? How you doing? I'm not even gonna keep y'all long because at 8 I'm gonna swing by Heidi's for a little bit, but I'm just gonna keep y'all for a few minutes though. I am because it's Throwback Thursday, and I kid y'all not. Between P Diddy, between Rio going left in my chat, between all that stuff, has had me throwing back, like thinking back. Even with Maria and Rio getting into it. Like I said, here's the problem with most people around here. Everybody feel like I got to be on the side. I'm not. I'm just. I was there. I remember when it happened. Was I a part of it? No. But I remember when it happened. I remember when everything went down. And I remember Rio was shouting a million times over that, ain't no rules to war, this war, ain't no rules to it. But then them same people that say that stuff be the same people, you took it too far. You went further than I go. When in reality, like I said, you start playing that game, we all gonna go far. Now y'all gonna have to excuse me. I might have to put my glasses on because the sun is still out and it's coming through that window, and I had to turn my light on because it had an odd light in here with just the sun. So I'm gonna just put my sunglasses on. Crazy kid, mama, how you doing, sis? Yes, yes. Thank you. Always spread the love. It's enough hate. I don't wake up every morning and think, dang, how much hate can I get, see, find out what's going on? It's easy. I don't have to look far. You don't have to look far. You don't have to look far. You can turn on the news. You can just go on the internet. You can go on social media. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. You can walk through a store. Cooch, how you doing, sis? But yeah, you can catch it any kind of way. But like I said, we throwing back today. It's Throwback Thursday, and I need that sun to hurry up and stop glaring through that window. And once it does that, we'll take off the glasses. So anybody come in, they're on because they have to be. But yeah, I was looking today and I seen Maria and them community wall, and I saw that then I saw they short they had to put up, when Ria was, giving us some of his suckiest hits ever, some of the wackest tracks known to man. And I'm not just saying that because we beefing. I never thought these tracks were good. Not one of them that I think was cold. Didn't one of them where I think like if we was in a rap battle where I'd be like, oh, whoa, none of that ever happened. But she reminded us. But I remember when all that was going down. I remember when all that was going down. And can I tell y'all from my side how I saw it? This is what I saw. So I saw Maria and Rio getting into it. But since I saw it truly from what I saw at the beginning, I can't tell you where if it was some background stuff, I don't know. I'm telling y'all what I saw as a subscriber, because I'm in subscriber mode right now. I'm just on the panel. I'm a subscriber telling my story. Hold on, I'm gonna come up like subscribers do. Yeah, so this is what I saw. This is what I saw, y'all. So Maria and them was going back and forth, and Rio was like reaching for Maria, like trying to get her attention. You know what I'm saying? Be saying the most absurd shit about calling on her, everything else. And I'd be like, damn. Like, this is deep, Did she kill your firstborn? This is deep, but I forget it's a bunch of plays on the internet. It's a bunch of people who do it for clicks, views, super chats, super stickers, Cash App, Venmos, PayPal's. I always have to remind myself of that. So anyway, as I was watching it, I said, damn, he going far. Then the next thing I know, Maria done slipped and let us know, like, hold on a second. This is what I got out of it. Remember, y'all, I have an interpreter that interprets for me what people doing on these lives. So what this interpreter told me was like, Maria had posted it like, wait a minute, you on here fighting with white women all day, every day, all night, and every night. And you got a whole half-white child that you need, whether your child was not white, all black, anything. But you should stop because you're disrespecting her when you keep just disrespecting the whole race. Be mad at the bitches you're mad at. But so when she did that, Rio was pissed. So then Rio was like, oh, we should make a whole album about your daughter. You know what I mean? He was every time I turned around, he wanted to have babies with your daughter. You wasn't even a grandma, and he wanted to make you a grandma with him, and he was gonna be your son-in-law. He was going. I thought, man, what's more disrespectful is you think my daughter would go? You know what I'm saying? He was harassed. And then he was saying, well, your daughter grown, my daughter's a baby, and Maria took it down. She took it down, but that's how I remember it going. But what I do remember is what I do know, no matter what, is that shit was 3 years ago. And I'm trying to figure out if the beef is so hot that Rio got with all these people, with Charlotte of the Web, with everybody, even old Muggs, with everybody. Why this shit so old? You ain't got no new beef? Or let me guess, you still trying to ride that old wave? I guess. I don't know. I don't know. So on Throwback Thursday, I was thinking about Maria, Maria. Hey, hey, hey. Did I tell that right or did I tell that wrong? Because that's how I remember. Oh, yeah. Not only do I remember, wait, who's TT? Wait, because I remember once after Rio done tried to check me and we squashed it. After that, then I used to watch him and I told him I won't subscribe to you. And anybody who knows it, when I finally subscribed to him, I told him it's because all this other shit you're doing is too much. And I'm a woman before anything else. I'm a woman. So you cree how you're doing. I remember when old girl, what's her name? The one, yeah. When she a cop or something, she's come on and give him legal advice on what he should say and wouldn't say because he just be loose with his mouth. And I'd be like, why does he think he could get on here and tell people he gonna take them out? He doing this, he murking them, dirking them, sleeping with them. You telling women you gonna bend them over, tend them over, all this type of stuff. You telling people who telling you they survivors, how this, that. And I'm like, but then he gets sensitive. And he's like, don't talk about my mama. Don't talk about my cats. You'd be like, what? Your cats? You just disrespected my whole existence, my whole lineage. Oh, Terry Time, please. Because you know him and Terry Time were frenemies to me. You know what I'm saying? Like when people be talking about Terry Time and calling all this other stuff, Math Ma, I ain't know who the hell they was talking about. But then what I knew of Terry Time was her and Real. First they was arching because think about it. Anybody Real got cool with, not all of them, because like I said, Cooch, you was loyal to him. Julie Virgo was loyal to him, and I done seen him chin check Julie Virgo, and I'm like, dang, Julie don't even deserve that. She talk about idiot, but I like Julie Virgo. Shit. But I done seen him shack, and I be like, man, she loyal as hell to you. Man, he can barely stand up, sit down. If you play musical chairs with him, you would catch a case. Because they would have swore you knew you was going to send him to the ER. This man, he on bend the mold. Then he used to talk about all these chicks he got. First of all, when you even think back, see, I should have been up in that chat, y'all. I should have been up in that chat when he came at Sunshinery because I would have been like, hold on, let me see a full body of you. Man, you know what? You better empty your bank account if a woman willing to do anything for you. You know what I'm saying? That's when you better come on here for cash chats. You better come up on here and be like, hey, y'all, I'm dropping my Venmo, super chat, super stickers. I can't take that money tonight. I need the money tonight. And I'm sure it ain't going to cost much. But he used to swear he could have everybody. I used to be saying to him, man, you can't be saying somebody your baby mama because that would insinuate one day slept with you, you know? Yeah, till YouTube, I ain't never, man, that's what I'm saying. I ain't never had, hold on, let me come back in because I'm back to being a me. When West was how you doing? Cosmic Crazy, how you doing? How you doing? Just Beetle, how you doing? But I ain't never, since YouTube, seen so many people do the most vicious shit to each other, but be the most sensitive people in the world. You know what I mean? I've never seen it in my life. I've never seen people come disrespectful, then be mad at your disrespect. I never seen people say stuff like, "I'm gonna pull up, 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 pull up." They say, "Oh my God, why would you pull up? Why would you say pull up? Because if you ain't with that, don't do that." And if people be wishing death, I never in my, let me tell y'all something. I've seen rosary beads be used in some gang stuff because truthfully, the church was by, but whether it was mobster stuff, I seen the rosary beads in this kind of way, like, right? And I still didn't be like, oh my God, they disrespected, because they still, it was a baptism, it was something going on, it was a christening, it was something going on, it was a, you know what I'm saying? It was a you became a godparent type shit, it was small Latin King, it was some stuff going on, right? On the internet, I done seen people pray for death with rosary beads. I'm like, what the hell kind of shit is this? I've seen people joke about people being deceased. I have seen women fight for the rights of women as they degrade women all day, every day. Matter of fact, they got a thread line about a woman that they gonna dog out all day and every day. That's what I see. Cree, thank you, sis. Thank you. Man. April, how you doing? Mm-hmm. Oh, don't worry, because I'm about to get into Puffy, because I told you it's throwback. And I've been throwing back the music head in me done came out, because I am music. Music is, I feel like the Barges, when they say music was keeping them happy, music is what, music. I love music. It's my life. It's my life. But this week, I'm like, man, I've never seen it. Like I said, y'all call them pandemic plays. When y'all see people jumping up in chats to start a fight, you and they're talking about Stevie Wonder, and they come jumping in talking about 2023, 2022, 2021. Somebody else chat ain't got nothing to do with them. That's the most deflected chat shit. Just ignore that. Block it out. Christoph, how you doing? But I had to say that because I read Maria's chat community wall thing about an hour and a half before I started. So I wanted to say that on some throwback, because I'm like, oh my God, he reaching. Every title might as well say 2 years ago. It might as well say 3 years ago. I remember I wouldn't have known who Charlotte the Web was if Real and Charlotte wouldn't have been beefing. I wouldn't know. But then he kept saying, oh, her ancestors was racist. And then I said, God dang, whose was? Mine could have been militant. Mine was kings and queens. I don't know what yours was, but but whatever. So I started watching or whatever. You know what I mean? So like I said, I just said, this is too much throwback. He went at Charlotte. Oh, he back mad at Brooke. He mad at me. Yes. I don't know. Because I didn't know what that was all about. But he just mad all this stuff. This is bullshit. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, wait, who popped up passing? Man, let me tell you something. For the diddler's conviction, I gotta go down to New York, go straight up in Bed-Stuy, stand in the center of it, and just start playing Biggie, and had a whole in my mind. Everybody just start coming to the windows. It'll be like a dad's funeral. They just came in the city. They stood outside and they showed that man love, man. And for Miss Wallace, that's who it's all about. I'm telling y'all, baby. Man, the diddler is a piece of trash. Doom, how you doing? He's a piece of trash. He's a piece of trash. And I just been literally like in my music head, just thinking about, forget some old Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, forget some old YouTube ass, because YouTube been out for a while, but us doing it like this wasn't going on. You know what I'm saying? But the truth of the matter is, I just think about, man, you be reading articles. I remember when Biggie died. No matter how many times I read any article that Puffy opened his fucking mouth, any interview he did, that guilt in his shifty ass eyes that said, I say, this boy is guilty. This boy is guilty. Guilty, 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 guilty. And that's why I was saying the other day when I was up there with Heidi, the commission, come on, I used to say I was the commissioner in the commission. Let me tell y'all something. Biggie died on March 9th, and I'll never forget it. I gave birth to my son March 26, 1997. Biggie died on March 9th, 1997. His album, it dropped on the 25th. The 25th, was it the 25th? Yeah, his album dropped on the 25th of March. May 21st is his birthday. And I had told my mom, I'm switching my son's name. I'm naming Christopher Wild. She said, no, you know. I was living with, I thought she might have put me out. But anyway, but I gave birth to him. But I knew, first of all, let's go back music heads. Because remember, we didn't have this kind of technology. So you had to watch stuff. You had to listen on the radio. You had to turn on 1390. When I ain't talking to gospel radio, I'm talking about hip hop. So you get that underground, so you get that music from somewhere else. So you could hear different, you know, they had college radio stations, everybody covering stuff. Anyway, I remember listening to an interview Biggie did the night before the awards. And even when he was doing it, they saying to him, like, man, Biggs, you know, you can't even get up in the award, blah, blah, blah. He's saying, you know, he just laying back. They're going to do the after parties, woo-bee, woo, woo, woo. I never would have thought my baby would have been sitting down there kicking it like he was like, I feel like it's toast. I tell the young kids all the time, every legend, every gangster I know when they got caught is when they sat still too long, when they got too comfortable. So the fact that my baby one was in LA for weeks, he was in LA for weeks when LA was hot, LA was so hot that people had so much animosity still about Pac that they was willing to take it on my BIG, where you had to decide, am I a Biggie fan or a Tupac fan? And man, I used to sit there and be like, man, this mofo Puffy. I swear. And then when I watched him start a whole Biggie clothing line, when he came out with that Biggie's greatest hits, and then tried to tell us how it was a bunch of stuff that Biggie had never dropped. Half the verses in the damn songs he did are verses we already knew from Biggie, and he just put them with somebody else. He remixed my baby's songs. I watched them. And then I'm going to tell y'all something. I ain't even trying to be sorry. I'm just being 100. It made me pissed at Jay-Z because Jay-Z loved to show that Big was his brother. Jay-Z was going to be in the commission with Big, but Jay-Z reminded me of Jesse Jackson standing next to Martin Luther King while they took his life. I don't care what nobody say. Jesse Jackson has something to do with that. So just like I say, it's funny how Big and Jay was supposed to be this. Pac was cool with Puffy. Big was cool with Pac. Pac wasn't signing to Puffy. He said, but hey, Biggs, and he from your city. He them peoples. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm trying to tell you. Puffy ain't shit. And I have just watched Puffy torture people, mess with little girls in my face, mess up people's career, drug out artists. You know what I'm saying? Man, Puff, man, I'm telling you. Because you've been doing it in our face. You've been doing it in our face, in everybody's face. Like I said, Puff came in the door 1 minute. I'm looking at this dude and Stacey Ladder saw videos and shit dancing. He in the back, he had the Jodeci video dancing while they by the pool. Jodeci, we so busy watching Devontae with no shirt on. You didn't notice Puff ass over there dancing his ass off. Well, yeah, I'm watching him dancing. Then the next thing I know, I'm hearing about how he done set up this whole damn event where people getting killed because he done oversold shit. Then the next thing I know, he bad boy. And he take that. He all up in my damn face. Then the next thing I know, I'm like, wait a minute. They saying that when Big Stretch got killed, fucking he was getting in the limo with Puff. Then the next thing I know, Pop gone, Big gone. Faith done turned at this point to her. She was out there bad. Mary coming on. I mean, she giving a dope thing bounces, everything. She out there bad. I'm just watching it in hip hop. I'm just watching. I watch him get up with J-Lo. She got that soulless look that Left Eye had right before she left that fro. The Source magazine. Every time I'm reading the Source magazine back in the day, I'm just watching hip hop become really just druggies. They whoring out women left, right, and sideways in our face. And then I watch the next generation flood a bunch of little girls, and they're like, okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make you Instagram hot, we're gonna make you Facebook hot, we're gonna make you bottle girls, we're gonna make you this, we're gonna make y'all hot. But it's another way to pass the same thing on this business on. You know, it's just and I was saying about little Christian Combs that he was baby puffy. Everything he did, I could tell, even in his videos, I'm like, oh yeah, he womanized just like his dad. I could see it. You could see how he acts. It's the same old thing. Then when I seen him throwing a whole thing up against the GDs, and I said, wait a minute, what is going on with this little calm? Somebody go sit this little calm down before you get itself fully hurt. Really hurt. You ain't even about that life. Go sit down somewhere. Oh, sit down. So it made me so funny. How you live in these rich ass lives, but you go and grab the things that people, if they could change anything, it would have to be not having to be a certain way. But people want to be that just because it sounds good. That's goofy as hell to me. Mm-hmm. There are so many layers, so many people. I think of all the people they turned out. I think about when they had, what's the Hawaiian, what was his name? They had when them, not Mario, what's his name? And he was dropping hits with Puff. Man, but I just think of all that. I think of, told y'all I watched a video yesterday, and they were talking about how, like, the year before Big died, there was something different. And there was. And I remember, man, y'all don't know how I love Biggie, because I love underdogs. I love people that, man, I love Biggie, man. I did. And don't get me wrong, I was a Pac fan, and I never wanted to feel like I had to choose, but you had to choose at one point. You know what I mean? And I chose Big. And but yeah, like it bothers me, because in reality, if Tupac and Biggie would have been, then like I said, Jay-Z bit all Biggie shit. That's why when Cameron came out with that diss track on him, when Jazz was the one that Jay-Z used to be with when he was a Hawaiian, so he was with Jazz. When Jazz back in the day came out that shit on Jay-Z, that diss record, I was like, oh, he's snapping, but he's telling the truth. Jay-Z, you weren't big till you were 30. So when I see you with these little girls, you was a grown ass man. You an old ass man now. Like I said, I remember when old girl died, and they was pushing that up under the rug. I remember when they had a reality show lined up about 5-6 years ago, and it was going to be like mistresses and groupies. They was going to be doing it, and they had slipped one of them onto one. Or a pilot came out for the show. I can't remember. But one of them had a baby by some big producer. Once again, they can't tell us the name. Some big producer, and their kid had autism. And he wasn't even, I said, we just watched time after time. These people are dogging out everything. We hearing about them knocking chicks around, and he didn't just stop knocking her around. He knocking all these chicks around. You look at the picture of some of these beautiful women. Halle Berry. She's beautiful. She's still beautiful now. She is beautiful. At one point, I used to say, Halle Berry got to be crazy, because dudes be cheating on her, they beat on her, they just don't want to be with her. Or maybe they take her kindness for weakness, or maybe she fall in love with the wrong type. I never, you know what I mean? But I used to think, like, Halle Berry must go crazy behind the cameras. Like, as soon as the camera's off, she just go crazy. Maybe she doesn't. Those basements, yeah. Hey, think about it. Like I said, when T.I. and them got caught up, we found out that they would be having parties. They bring all these strippers back. Then him and his wife would bust these chicks down, and they was passing them around. And all these people from the industry forget being at the club. They was up at their crib, and he got poles. All of them had it. Poles everywhere. They can't go nowhere. That's how they started making vans and truck companies. They got poles in them because these people was taking poles everywhere they went. I mean, they was just polling women all the time, and women was going. And then so many were going that they didn't know how to take the ones who said they didn't want to go. They didn't want to do it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yeah. No, but that's when I think about the industry. Let me tell y'all, a long time ago, I stopped watching music videos because they were so to a point where you like, this ain't got nothing to do with nothing but, and I'm gonna tell y'all the video that I stopped watching videos for real talk, because it was going on for years. But I remember back in the day when I was a shorty, a gangster video was a gangster video. They wasn't gangster, but it was all naked chicks around. It was shaking bottles in their face. None of this was going on. It wasn't so sexual. She dripping stuff down her boobs. It's like, if you treating her like this on the video, I know when these cameras off, y'all unzipping y'all pants and putting her head down in your lap, I know what y'all doing to her. I don't gotta be there to know. You know what I'm saying? So it was the Big Pimpin' video. Y'all remember Aaron Hall, baby mama? She just standing in front of the car the whole time, just gyrating and vibrating and bouncing and bouncing. But for some reason, there was this moment when I looked at her and I thought, she high as a kite. She high as a kite. And I was like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done, because this is what little girls gonna aspire to be. They're gonna aspire to be the front girl in the video that you looking at. They're gonna aspire to have 200,000 views on their Instagram. But inside that 200,000 views, they done got 1,000 Instagram messages from men who like, hey, I'll fly you out here. Hey, I'll throw you some money. Hey, you want to run a quick 5,000? Hey, you think that don't happen? And Instagram will facilitate them by saying, we'll pay your channel because you getting traction. You getting traction. But then behind all these models, they telling you stories of how they got up with celebrities and they got there and they put them up in the crib like, B, you came to bounce all night. You came to get it, quit it, and then we're going to come outside and you're going to be on my arm. And they're going to say, hey, that's that girl that got 1 million followers on Instagram. Mm-hmm. 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 Yep. Yep. That's the industry. And some people going to sign up for that, knowing, because they going to think I can handle it. But they thinking that, like, that's just what we know. We not behind the door. So it get darker behind the door. You know what I mean? It get darker. I remember, I don't know if y'all remember when Pretty Ricky, the group, one of them called a case. Was they in Florida? Called a case. Because y'all, once again, y'all know who get front row tickets most of the time in rap concerts? 14, 13-year-old little girls. And they gonna come in like, you know what they used to say when I was young? They used to say body by Playboy, mind by Mattel. So they gonna come in looking like a dime, a grown-ass woman. And she gonna hope she can get a picture right next to him to prove to everybody she was that close. But some of them ain't gonna tell you what happened after the cameras went off. They ain't gonna tell you how them people know that they worship the ground they walk on. They would do anything. You know how many women would have messed with a bunch of them? That's why they'll be like, I ain't your baby daddy, girl. You better go check. The reason they saying that is that night, several of them slept with you. Several of them. So as far as they're concerned, it's all our baby. Or none of our baby. Yeah, I mean, it's the mess. 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 It is a mess. And lots of drugs. Lots of drugs. Russell Simmons wrote in one of his very first books how when he came up off that plane, when him and Rick Rubin went out the country for the first time, they got off the plane, they asked him what they wanted. He thought simple at first. They like, what you want? And Russell told them, drugs and pussy. Next thing you know, boom, they got coke, They got that cocaine. This out his mouth. They got that drug, and they got some heifers who's ready to drop it right there when they walked in the room. They came ready. So first of all, for women to know what they're doing, something's organized. You didn't just walk in a room and know as a woman, yeah, I'm bad, everybody want to sleep with me. That means they're going to. No, it doesn't. It means, you know what? I feel better as a woman knowing I walked out that room and some dude is going to fantasize about something he'll never get. How about that? That sounds sexy to me. That turns me on. It's sad, but it's the truth. And they show it to us through videos. They'll show us on a video they'll show us like a party. It's women in the party they showing us. They getting stuff poured on them. It's women in the party, so-called, getting bent over. They ain't lying. And let me tell you, every rapper will tell you that came from rock and roll. Because see, the rock and roll era was where you learned how to drug it, what they call getting white boy wasted, what they call having groupies. They invented the groupie, your favorite groups. They invented the groupie. They invented having women that came, and it didn't matter if they bathed, if they was growing up. It didn't matter. They would still suck them off. Do y'all know rock and roll bands used to have what they called as sex pits? I forget which group started it. Wasn't Poison who started it, but one of them started it. So they would have a pit where when you would see them like running off stage into it, they'd be running in there to do drugs and to get blowjobs, all kinds of sexual. You're like, what the? And then we'll wonder why these people don't have no respect and they got 1,000 kids. They sleeping with everybody. They sleeping with everybody. It is. It is. It's definitely going to. And you don't want to be in a RICO because you could catch the smallest fry catching a sentence like the biggest fry. Oh, no, get me out that RICO. I'd rather have done a case myself and be facing something. It's sad but true. It's just what goes on. I mean, and that's why people think about it. People love to say they know somebody famous. That's why I don't even talk about stuff like that, because that means that I'm using their name is more powerful than who I am. So you're going to like me more because I'm telling you something about them. Because no, I'm not that person. I'm just also not the same person that'll be around celebrities asking for their autograph. Your name don't mean shit to me. Is it on a check that I'm in my name? See, you'd have to be the person signing the check that's in my name. Because other than that, your name don't really mean shit. The presence of getting to know you or see, that means something. You're human to me. Now, there's some celebrities that'll probably make me faint, but it'll be because I've my whole life imagined. Prince is one of them. He's not alive no more. Michael Jackson is one of them who, if I would have ever met in person, I probably would have fainted. He's not alive. Phil Collins is another. He's not performing anymore. Okay? Lionel Richie is why I have loved these people since I was so young that I thought every time I was listening to records, we knew the people personally. I didn't even know that it was, that's how young I was when music was my life, that I could think back and remember. So these are people that if I met them, you know what I mean? I don't. So, no. But me being a groupie, no. 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 But it's a bunch of them that could catch it. But that's a whole nother thing. Like me trying to give it to them in the back of a concert while they road managers and everybody else watching, none of that kind of stuff. But they could catch it, meaning that, yeah, I wouldn't mind. You know, but anyway, that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother conversation. Bruce Willis, I love Bruce Willis. I've been watching Bruce Willis since Moonlighting. That's when I can first remember ever watching him. So then it was the Die Hards and everything else. I love Bruce Willis. And Bruce Willis is almost like Michael J. Fox with me. It's hard to watch them, because I've been watching them my whole life, you know. It's just like Muhammad Ali. I couldn't watch Muhammad Ali like that. Like when he got, I couldn't watch. Richard Pryor, I couldn't watch it. Oh yes, I love Lionel Richie. I love Lionel Richie. Mm-hmm. Oh, I need to get me a karaoke machine. I'm gonna sit and do some karaoke. I'm gonna do a karaoke live where I'm just doing karaoke. I want to do it with songs from TV shows. Do y'all remember TV shows used to have good songs? I can think, like I said, The Golden Girls, one of my favorite TV theme songs ever, ever. Oh yeah, I love Bruce Willis. When I was a shorty, the actors that when I was a shorty that I still love the same way, whether they still around or they not doing a lot of movies or something, are always gonna be because these are people I grew up seeing in movies a lot too. Uh, Bruce, um, Nicolas Cage. I grew up seeing Tom Hanks a lot. I mean, Big is one. All Tom Hanks back in the day. That's one of my favorites. Tom Hanks. I grew up seeing in movies a lot, and they still around. Samuel L. Jackson. I've been looking at the first movie I ever seen Samuel L. Jackson when I was young was School Days, Spike Lee's School Days, and he's in the restaurant. In a Popeyes. But yeah, but like I said, so Samuel L. Jackson, I've been looking at for years. So School Days, when I saw it for the first time, I was probably about 7, 8. It's a classic movie. One of my favorite Stevie Wonder songs is in it. It made me as a young kid appreciate stepping in fraternities and sororities, but it also made me realize I didn't want to be a colorist in my own race. It really opened me to that. So yes, it's a very good movie. It's very old, but it's a very good movie. Um, Philadelphia. Oh my God. Philadelphia is almost like first off, Philadelphia had a great soundtrack too. That movie had a great soundtrack. Very good movie based on a true story. Great freaking movie. Um, but when I start thinking of their soundtracks, I think of Jerry Maguire. I love that movie. I love, but then it made me think of Cuba because he up in that movie. I was like, Cuba, I can't even look at you the same and not picture you caressing all over Rodney's face. Anyway, Nurse Jen, how you doing? Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, it is. It's one of those movies. There's a few of them that actually deal with that subject. They're very hard to watch, but they're just so real. And sometimes real has to be taken so we can feel. You got to feel it. Holding it in will only consume you. Um, but yeah, Philadelphia, hard one to watch. You know, it's a hard one to watch though. Mhm. Yes, Cuba, yes. But let me tell y'all something. One, we all know a few years ago, women, they just settled it like 2 years ago or dismissed it, where women were saying that Cuba was groping them and touching them inappropriate and all this. But let me tell you something. Does anybody remember that movie Boat Trip, where Cuba goes on a trip? What is he following his girlfriend or something? But it ends up being a gay cruise that she went on with like a friend or something. I can't remember why he's on that boat because I haven't seen it yet. But I'm gonna tell y'all this much. When I watched that movie for the first time, for some reason I was watching it and thinking, this is who he is. Not even the gay part, just how he's acting, what he does, how he's all flirty, but he's pretending to be gay. I'm like, that's really him. He's too comfortable. It's like when Macaulay Culkin played in that movie that was about I know anybody. Y'all got to remember this movie. All the movie heads in here. There was a movie Macaulay Culkin was in, and it was based on a true story about this guy who was running a nightclub. And in this nightclub, he was having once again the underage boys in there. Lots of drugs was going through there, and then there ended up being like a murder, and the murder was like of Macaulay Culkin's boyfriend or secret friend lover. I can't remember. But him and Seth, what is our boy's name? Seth, not Seth Green. What is the guy's name? But they're in the movie and Seth is like in love with him, but they'll get high and uh Macaulay Culkin would picture him like as a bunny rabbit. And they, yeah, but he be telling him everything, all the secrets, all these celebrities that came through there and was sleeping around. Cree, how you doing? But it's a good movie. But if you watch it, you like, this is who Macaulay Culkin is. He's so comfortable being high. It's lots of scenes with him like in his underwear, like just in some tighty whities and a tight tank top. And I'm like, this is him. This is how he is. He's because Michael turned him on. I love Michael, don't get me wrong, but it's just because these people, it's a cycle. It's a cycle. And even if we Party Monster. Great movie. See, I told you I'll forget a movie, I won't forget what happened. But that movie's based on a true story. Did you know that? Did you know that, Big Bad Wolf? It was creepy because I'm telling you, when you're watching Macaulay Culkin during the movie, he uses everything, CH, everything. He just constantly has to be high, and he's living his life. But at one point, he was up in there tricking through the club. Hey, ambulance, how you doing, sis? Hey, Sarah, mother Z. Yeah, it was creepy. But I remember watching the movie and being like, this is Macaulay. This is really who he is right now. He was too comfortable, and his skin was so pale. I can't remember, were they drag queens? I think they were. I can't remember. The guy had a famous club, and I want to say it was in Miami. Miami is party life, and they party different. There's lots of C being used. It's a party drug. Ecstasy, party drug. Mushrooms, they hallucinate. It's party drugs. There's lots of that going on. When they was roofing and big, there's lots of that going on in the club scene. Studio 64. Yeah, that's the name of the movie, Studio 64? Or is it called Party Monster? They were club kids. Yep, they were club kids because they were young. They were real young. They never directly in the movie say how young they were, but they were young. They were young. Like I said, they would get high and be hallucinating and picturing that they were getting high with this bunny rabbit, and he kicked it with them all the time. And then Seth ends up, his character ends up telling on Macaulay Culkin's character. He ends up snitching him out. But also, he knew how to get that bread now. Oh, I was in New Jersey. I used to love Jersey Shore. Oh, I used to love that show. I think I kind of stopped liking it, but still watched it. I think I stopped liking it when they went to Italy because I was like, okay, they told y'all you could not do this, and this, and y'all did this, and this. I'm telling you, Crazy Cat Mama, anybody, I challenge you, watch Cuba and that, think about exactly what's going on today, and know that when I watch the years, I'm going to say, this him. This him. But I ain't gonna lie, every time somebody brings up Cuba and that, and the claims on him, all I think about is in Boys in the Hood, and he driving through like he gonna go help avenge Ricky's death. And then he like, let me out the car, though. Why didn't he say, let me out the studio, Puff? Let me out the boat, Puff. Let me out your bedroom, Puff. I'm gonna need Cuba to tell him to let him out. If anybody make a meme on that, they got it for me, because I'm telling you, I'm about to make one. And he gonna be saying, let me out the studio, Puff. Let me out the studio. He said, let me out the car, though. Let me out the car, though. He talking to Doughboy. He said, let me out the car, though. Because he wasn't going to go bust a grape at a winery. Cuba ain't about to do nothing. I always like Cuba Brother as an actor more than I like Cuba anyway. And I could tell by the way Cuba was pushing up on that grown ass man that he be pushing up on the minors that be up in there too. coming in like he Cuba. I done met some celebrities in real life and they tried to act big, and I had to remind them, like, hey, the big hit you riding off of is old. Like, I mean, the only reason I know you is because you was, you know what I'm saying? But don't front like you somebody. I know people ain't seen the movie. Fight like a girl out here during. Cuba was up there kicking it with Puffy. When Puffy needed to groom one of the men to becoming one of his toys for everybody to play with, Cuba obviously was the grand wizard of taking care of them and bringing them over to the other side. And I'm not even talking about the gay side. I'm talking about just the other side of being comfortable with being passed around. And I'm like, Cuba, you just couldn't just stay an actor? How come you couldn't tap dance? How come you couldn't do none of the other stuff? Like I said, Cuba's daddy is flipping. He is turning circles in his grave. Cuba's brother is dead. Now, Cuba's brother, I knew he was. I didn't know it was that deep. I didn't know he was all up into the Puffy program, but I knew my brother was definitely on some he'll get up with the women, the men, the everybody's. Mm-hmm. But he too deep in. I'm like, you had to know little kids was in. You had to know underage people was here. And the reason I know you had to know is because the same party you got pictures where you in the studio with them is supposedly a party where there were underage girls out there that we know for a fact. I don't know about the young men. I mean, look at y'all. When y'all look at Brendan Paul, how old is he? What, 24 now? 25? How old is he? Tops 26. My oldest son is 27. Puffy's oldest kid that he claiming, which is really Short's kid, is 32. You kicking in people younger than your oldest kid. Like, why? Why you care with all these kids? Are they all singers? Are they all fine to the label? Why are you with all these kids? Even if your son's throwing parties, why are you there with all these kids? These younger people, you know why? Because when you have power, you know that younger people, women, they're going to be impressionable to that power. You know what I mean? They're going to notice you. Oh, wait, I was ignoring him until he pulled out that wall. Now, not me. If he using the wide to get people attention, I'm ignoring him because I know he then thinks he can buy people. You have to know that. Mm-hmm. No, Cuba's okay actor. I never thought, like I told you, I like his brother better than him acting wise. I think his brother's funny. First time I started liking Cuba's brother was when he was in Baby Boy. I don't even think his character was supposed to be funny, but he amused me. He amused me. Mm-hmm. Like, I love Lorenz Tate. Like, I used to think he was so sexy, but I like his brother as an actor more than Lorenz Tate. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Right. And everybody's asking where is she at? Where is she at? And I'm surprised she ain't suddenly been produced or some pictures of her ain't been produced. But we also have to remember. So, does anybody remember when Master P's daughter, the one who passed away from her addiction, um, does anyone remember? And guys, since we are sitting here talking about serious things like this in the industry, and I will too. Can one of my mods please drop an abuse hotline number into the line? Please drop in well, we know the suicide prevention is it 988? Is it star nine text 988? I believe that's the suicide prevention. But just these things because these are in you know what I mean, and an anonymous number. I just want to make sure because it's somebody struggling, and you'll be surprised. Like I said, uh, uh, being a woman, one of the things that's why I decided I would stand in solidarity, sister in solidarity, with women, because one of the things I know about being a woman is being sexualized. So that's whether you don't have and you think if I had that, I'd get more attention, feeling less than, struggling with your weight, um, feeling like no one be want to ask me to a dance, whatever these things. You got big feet, you got big lips, a big nose, your hair doesn't grow in right, whatever may be the flaw. And then some women, you'll see these beautiful women, and to some little girl at home, she's doing everything to try to look like this woman, but she's missing that this woman that you think is so much better than you is still being dogged, because if I don't have security, self love, and all that stuff, I'm going to put myself in places like this. You know what I mean? I think about, Melissa Ford. I love Melissa Ford. She's very educated. She's very smart. But for a while, I think people only saw ass and tits. And they didn't realize this girl is very intelligent. And she fought to prove that, like, I'm not some groupie. I'm not some pass around. I'm not just some body on a, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's always look, ambulance is always gonna be something I was not need. It's gonna be something. But if you love yourself, but if you trying to validate yourself, you want to be the girl. Everybody wasn't with girls like, oh, I want to look like Beyonce. Why? That's not to say she's beautiful or not. It's to say she's her. She's her. You know what I mean? Look like you. Be the best you. That's it. Confidence go a long way. They go a long way. And that's why you see so many people, men or women, who you might think might not be attractive to you, but you never know what their confidence, their personality, who they are, what they bring. You never know. But yeah, these girls, like I said, they be aspiring to just be, the sexiest. I want to show my whole damn near body down to my hip bone, and then let my pants be on it with my butt crack out. And then I want to show you everything on my boobs but my nipple. And you be like, you might as well just came out naked. Might as well. There's nothing left for the imagination. But they screaming for attention. Confidence is everything. It will grab attention when you're not even trying to get it. Somebody gonna notice. It's just like it's something about you, your confidence, your spirit, yeah. It go a long way. It is, and that's what I try to put in little girls. And I also try to remind the young men that courting girls, chivalry, you need to keep that. It's a lot of women that don't wait for the door to get open because they used to open it themselves. But let them know when you in the room. You know what I'm saying? Like, bring it back. You know what I mean? That's it. So I don't know, but I definitely tell the young ladies, have confidence. Have confidence. Some of them chasing the man, and right now, his way of feeling confident is having a bunch of women chasing him. So the more that's doing it, that's what gives him confidence, because that's the stage he's in his life. So you mess with somebody, you got to have the confidence to just mess with them when you want to have fun, move around. You ain't worried about nobody with you, not in that. They wouldn't even bring it around you because they know their time with you is limited. I got to tell people, I'm always going to be an asset. Meaning you always going to want me in my life. And I tell the young girls all the time, when you go home and you're sad about this relationship breaking up, go ahead and cry. Don't be afraid to cry. Don't sit in your bed and lose yourself. Don't give up on yourself and stop taking care of yourself. Don't do that. Make sure that every time if you bump into him, he see you doing all right. Because a day gonna come when he wants you back or remember how good you were. But you're gonna be moved on. It'll happen. It'll happen. You got to. You got to. If you don't want you, who else gonna want you? If you think you this and that, what you think other people think about you? Nope. Some people think the sluttier I go out, the more attention I get. No, the more people you get who gonna use what you got on as a reason to believe that if you talk to them, that they can sleep with you. I could have had on a nun's outfit, and if I wanted to sleep with you, I'd want to sleep with you. So see, my outfit ain't telling you nothing. But people, it depends on where they mind at. So a guy will say, now he'll go in the club looking for all the half naked women. But then he'll use in his excuse, she a slut because she came home with me tonight. She a slut because she come out dressed like that. That's why men like women get everything they want. They get drinks, they get this. And some of them still getting treated like trash. Some of them getting dogged out by a man who will knock you halfway across the room if he think you looking over at somebody else. But he's cheating on you left, right, and sideways. The grass always looks green on the other side, and that's what you have to teach young people. You that I bet it do look good because you only see the things that you want, not what all it is. Mm-hmm. Oh, ambulance, I do. And you're lucky I didn't when we was in Vegas. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you something. You can do Playboy. You can do Playboy. You can do. Let me tell you something that I feel about nudity. Confidence in your body and self is a beautiful thing, but you can do it gracefully. You're not sitting with your legs gapped open. We looking up into your baby tunnel. You're not doing it where I'm looking into your bum's hole. And if you're not doing all that, I'm like, because that shouldn't be Playboy. That should be we getting ready to have sex, whether you a man or a woman. I mean, I shouldn't be this deep in your body. But to me, as a woman, one of the most beautiful things as a woman is the confidence of yourself, loving yourself and the skin you're in. And if you want to work on that, work on that. But to work on that, I gotta love what I'm in first, so that I can know I wanna do it better. I want to have more energy. I want to da 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 da. But it'll be whatever is for you. I truly believe that. I am going to take me a graceful naked picture, not to put in Playboy, but to own, to be mine, and will never be afraid to show it. I love me. Like I said, and even when it comes to scars that I have from surgery, they're not bad. They're just things that I'm always gonna see. I'm always gonna know, and they don't bother me like that. But they're a reminder. They're a reminder of survival. They're a reminder of pain. They're a reminder of thinking, knowing exactly what it's like to realize how important your stomach muscles are. All the things I learned in that. Because the moment they cut through my muscles, I learned how you use your stomach muscles for everything. You're not just getting up. You're not just laughing. You're not just coughing. You're not just nothing. There's nothing I could do without feeling it. And it made me appreciate when I could just get out the bed. Made me appreciate when I didn't have to start heading for the bathroom. Well, at one point, I had a damn bedpan. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. And trust me when I tell you, um, you get a hold of something that somebody else got at, it really shows that you were trying to do it in a Benjamin's way. But what I'm saying is because I think of the days when my insecurity was because I wasn't what you're supposed to be. Supposedly. I wasn't the size. I'll never be the size of that. And even when people had the size and weight, you'll hear them say, "Oh, I wish I had the boobs. I wish I had this. I wish I had this. I wish I had that," because you're always chasing something else. I love who I am. I love who I am. And then I always say, for everybody, find the thing on you that you love the most. You know? But I love self-love. Mm-hmm. 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 And things happen, because life keep life, and the only way you ever know where something was coming from somebody is when they really know it. Because sometimes you'll be sitting around in life, I know I did, you'll be saying, "Man, this is the reason I'm like this," but when you dig deeper, it really started before that. That was just the straw that broke the camel's back. That was just when it was where you could really pinpoint it. but you had buried back where it really began. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't. Like I said, I want to get a photo of her bathing or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with my thing, my character with her. It work if I get on another device from one of my devices. I feel like he like echoing. Mhm. Yeah, and like I said, even in life, even if you had a bad upbringing, what are you? Are you bad like that? Are you all the things that you say made your life bad, or are you all the things that made you have peace? They kept you okay. They kept you from going to be just like what you hated being, seeing, or living. That's how I look at stuff. Hmm. Hmm. When you want to first start wearing swimsuits and stuff, I suggest to all people first get comfortable walking around in it yourself. Get one that you feel comfortable. So make sure it's not tight in between your legs. Make sure if it is a two-piece, it don't fall off your butt unless that's the look you're going for. You know what I'm saying? But just make sure you're comfortable. And these days they have so many cover-ups that you could start there. But I just say live in the skin you're in. As long as you're comfortable, live in that skin. That's it. That's it. Now I don't want to come up in there and that anybody got a G string. I don't care if they tiny. I just don't want to wonder if you didn't wipe your bum good enough. If that G string come out, it's gonna have a stain on. Like I don't want to think that about nobody. But teach his own. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be like, I don't want to look at this. I don't. I don't. I don't. I don't. Not. I'm not a big fan of men swimming in speedos and stuff unless I'm watching the swim team. Because I don't want to look like the perv looking down at people when they're in there, like, well, let's see what the water did. I don't want to be that person. Now I'm Cuba. Let me stop. Let me stop. Uh, I'm telling you, you better wear it. Let me say, if I wear anything, I wear it with confidence. But I'm not a two-piece type of person. But I definitely, like I said, they got so many cute. I really like when I think of like swimsuits and stuff. I'm really into like those old-fashioned swimsuits. So they cute, but they usually in ones. And they'll have like yeah, I know what I'm talking about, like I don't know. I don't know. Y'all know one in the 60s is one of my favorites in music, but hmm yeah, I've never worn a two piece. I've never done that. And like I said, just love to skin you in. And you start by wearing it to me in your home. You walk around comfortable, so that when you go out in it, no matter how nervous you get in your skin, you're so used to walking around in that you'll just flow. Put your own soundtrack in your ears. Whenever you're nervous, some people it might not work, some people do it. For me, it do. Or I put on my whatever. You got your Rocky Balboa music, whatever it is. You got your confident music, you know what I mean? This expresses me music, whatever. I throw that in my ear. Music saved me and it keeps me. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. They got the short ones. They got the ones where it's a two piece, but the shirt damn near come to where your shorts gonna meet it. Like I said, they have so many, and they have so many great designers. Like even old girl that right now they talking about. What's her name? They used to mess with Chris Brown. Oh, Drea. Drea had a swimsuit line, and I mean, she went up to big sizes too. She had nice swimsuits, made for your shape, made for your yeah. And ladies always, especially when you're wearing clothes, have good bras on. It changes everything. Good bras change in everything. Unless you got that perfect body shape and the perfect boobs, where you could get away with wearing sexy shirts and all that. Without a bra, you But a bra can change anything. Like I don't like. I am a boy short kind of underwear person. I'm just. Oh my god! First of all, I couldn't do a thong these days. If Cisco came and said, "Danny, we gonna give you all the royalties off of the song from back in the day," I still couldn't do it. Like I don't like stuff up my bumsky like that, so I can't do it. Um, I like lace, but these days I'm like, when it's kind of like lace and all that, let's have it on and take it off because I don't know. I have texture issues. So right now I am like cotton or, yep, yep, yes, keep them nice and I gotta tell people I don't care even in the brokers and moments I got good bras. And good underwear, but I keep boy shorts of all kind. I mean, I got every kind you got. I got BB, Juicy Couture, cartoon characters. Gas, you name it. Show. Hmm. Okay, yeah, that's what I said. That's when I want to see a man in them when I'm watching swimming. But I don't want to be a pervert because I know I will be sometime. Claudia says, "How you doing? How you doing?" But y'all, like I said I was only gonna come on for an hour because I'm getting ready to. Like I said, I'm going live at 8. We're talking shows and everything else with Heidi, and I still got a little catching up to do. To be honest, I still got a little catching up to do. That's why I said I'm just gonna drop on in because I haven't been up there with me, Heidi, and Debs in a while. So I'm gonna drop on in for a second. Definitely run my mouth about what I have seen. What I have seen. Definitely do that. But I'm gonna go ahead and do that before I look up and it is 8 o'clock. So I know me, I will stay on here all night. But I hadn't came on in a couple of days, and I'm like, wait a minute, let me come on here and say something. It's throwback. It's throwback. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so like I said, I'm gonna get out of here, get myself ready because I was watching Seeking Sister Wives and we'll leave that. But I would finish trying to catch up. But I have enjoyed you all because I'm in throwback mode. My mind is thinking of everything in the hip hop that I've watched and seen. The fights, the scuffles. I mean, everything. I remember when G Unit and them at that awards, somebody got stabbed at the award. They had to cancel, stop the award. I think Suge was coming up. Trey was coming up. Somebody was coming up on stage when that happened. I remember the Source Awards that night when it was in New York, and Snoop and them came up and got booed, and Snoop couldn't believe that. Then he had to make that song. He's stomping on New York. I remember watching it live and in person. The Source Awards. I remember that award and what happened in New York at that award was the reason why when Biggie was in Cali and it was right after Pac dying and stuff for them awards, next year. They, Californians were still hot. They was hot as biscuits. They was hot. And if you lived in that area, it's no joke. They was hot. They was hot. And I just feel like all the beef that Puffy and Suge had with each other, before Suge even signed Tupac to Death Row, before Biggie was signed to Puffy, they had a back and forth and they had a little thing, a little so-called beef. But if you notice, after both of them were dead, they suddenly didn't have beef no more. There was never no Puffy Suge beef ever again. And that's weird to me. That's real weird to me. Yeah, Lloyd Banks. Mm-hmm. I remember Lloyd Banks. G Unit. Yep. But yeah, like I said, I remember all the stuff going on in hip hop. I remember when 50 Dog Vivica. I remember when Paris Hilton was messing with everybody. I remember, and that's why I wasn't surprised when she became a DJ. I remember when she was in super love with the what's that DJ, the girl she was in love with. They was like engaged. Yeah. I remember all that. Because I remember when old girl that supposedly was pregnant by Jay-Z dad. And then right after that, Jay-Z got his nephew that car. He died that same day in a car accident. That he got the car. I remember that. I remember when this chick about 3 years ago was saying that her niece was Jay-Z's daughter, and that her sister and her used to mess with Jay-Z and then before Jay-Z, and she not lying because we all got to remember Jay-Z didn't have that deal and be somebody till he was 30. So when she's saying Jay-Z and his buddies used to come out to her neighborhood when he was 19, 20, and his buddies would get up with her friends, and you know what I'm saying, they mess with each other and they would kick it, drink, spend like the whole weekend together, all of them, whatever. That probably did take place. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, Jay-Z and the Beehive had went after old girl. Like, man, Jay-Z would never mess with a girl in a wheelchair because the woman now is in a wheelchair because she got some illness, like meningitis or something. She got some illness. But the thing I don't get is, it's like, if Jay-Z ain't that baby father, why did he go to the hospital when the baby was born? Why are there pictures of him and one of his boys at the hospital when the baby is born? Because he was just such a good friend of hers? It was just weird. I remember that. That was a few years ago. I remember when Flavor Flav would be catching charges of domestic and then be drugged. I mean, all the things that then took place. Like I said, when little Pretty Ricky, when a boy got the little case. I remember when Casey and Devontae, they got it for groping some girl on stage. She said, y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? Was it Casey and Devontae? Casey and Mr. Dalvin? I remember that. Then I remember you had rappers like Luke who made it should come up on this stage and pop that. Hey, pop that. So when they came on the stage, they literally came up here to clap it, to pop it, to show it, to have no underwear on when they lifted up their skirt. And yeah, they came to do it. They came to do it. They came. And some women just can't get close to that artist because they're so in love with them. Yeah. I guess. Maybe. Mm-hmm. Mm. Is this the same one that just had surgery? He's having another one, or he's just about to have that surgery? Claudia. But we'll definitely keep him in our prayers. Yeah, it's Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then they harassed the girl so much that even the girl who's supposed to be Jay-Z's daughter was like, I never asked y'all for nothing. My auntie came on here and, decided to show the pictures because she had pictures of all of them kicking, like on Polaroids, all kind of shit. Because they used to kick it back in the day. So it's all them, getting drunk out of their hip hop clothes. You can tell they kicking it, they hang out. Yeah. They sleep together, all of them. Yeah, they kicking it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because Jay-Z up there with my older brother. My older brother is 52, 53. Yeah, 53 this year. Jay-Z is like that age. Yeah. And like I said, he bit my baby's style, took his litter. It's people to this day that when they hear when the Remy's in my system, they give credit to Jay-Z. That is Biggie. That is Biggie. That's why when Nas said that, how many more his rhymes gonna come out your fat lips? Like literally, like get off my buddy's knees. You gonna get yours, Biggie, Tupac, you too. Y'all gonna get justice. No justice, no peace. And now fans have a place to go and fight. Because it's many of fans who have dedicated their life to this shit. So yeah. Yeah, no justice, no peace. No Justice, no peace. So yeah, puppy. I think anybody, I don't call it a black white thing. If you out here exploiting children, drugging out people, iron women, beating the hell out of people, murking people, and we don't even know where they at no more, whatever, that type of stuff. If you get caught up in the thing, you do the crime, you do the time. You know what I mean? You know it's penalties to all this shit. So that's just it. There ain't no middle for me in that. You know, you live by the gun, you die by the gun. When you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's gonna be a circus. That try gonna be a circus. That try gonna be a circus. Mm-hmm. I know it is. No justice, no peace. But all right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here, and I will see you all later. Thanks everybody for coming in. Thanks, Mons, for being here. And I'm gonna drop a link in my chat. I've been having so much trouble with this link, but it's for it's about my mom and this platform she was on. You'll see it when I post the link, but for some reason sharing it is so hard. It'll probably let me do it on Instagram. So I think that's why I'm sharing. But yes, everybody, I will see you guys later. And I gotta take Nino out. So I got